This week in the world on water, the Louis Vuitton Americas Cup World Series, Toulon France, Saturday. The Maxi Yacht Rolex Cup and the Rolex Maxi 72 Worlds. A Vendee Globe report, SMA and Gitana. Cannes Yachting Festival, sailboats with Dean Barker and Franck Cammas. Super Sunday in Toulon France for the Louis Vuitton Americas Cup World Series. And the J80 North Americans in Canada.
A weak, unsteady breeze did nothing to ruin a close start to the first race of the Americas Cup World Series in Toulon. For the home team, the excitement may have been too much. They started early and the penalty saw them drop to last. By Gate 3, Artemis Racing had taken control, helmsman Nathan Utteridge enjoying his return after a long Olympic campaign.
Very inconsistent.
By the end of leg 4, the fleet were reaching 9 to 10 knots and the Swedes had an 80-metre lead from the Kiwis.
Olympic silver medalist.
Then it was a case of just staying on track to take the victory by 23 seconds. Right behind Utteridge, Olympic rival Peter Burling at the Team New Zealand helm.
Second place for Emirates.
Franck Cammas got it wrong again in race 2, a penalty to France. Meanwhile, Artemis were away again and actually flying a hull despite the light breeze.
Certainly looks like the best wind.
Conditions made the tactician's job on board all the more critical. At Gate 3, the Swedes had got their tactics right. It was a lead they held to the end, ahead of Emirates Team New Zealand.
We've been working hard on our light wind sailing. We've typically been good in the foiling conditions and we've been focusing hard on our communication, trying to make the right decisions. I think
Cammas had fought back to the delight of the home crowd. Groupama Team France grabbed third. Race 3 saw a clean start, but as the wind dropped, Tom Slingsby, standing in for the injured helm Jimmy Spithill, snatched an impressive lead on leg 2. It didn't last.
For sure, it's an honour to steer in America's Cup World Series, but my goal here is not to sort of just be here and participate. I still want to win, even though it's my first time.
Land Rover BAR found speed down the right and moved from third to first, a lead they held to the end. Home hero Cammas was hitting form now and challenging the British boat hard across the finish line.
We are happy with the beginning and we are also in confidence for tomorrow with the light wind. The boat is fast and I think we can do a good result tomorrow.
It was a victory that kept Land Rover BAR top of the overall standings alongside Oracle Team USA.
The Maxi Yacht Rolex Cup has a 37-year history of putting on one of the best shows in yachting. The 2016 edition was no exception. The week-long regatta was a story of extremes, producing moments of high drama and excitement, as well as elegance and beauty, but always yacht racing of the very highest calibre. As ever, the event drew a world-class fleet of Maxi yachts to the iconic Sardinian harbour of Porto, crewed by a who's who of top sailing talent.
I think everybody looks forward to coming to Porto for the Rolex Maxi World. If the weather plays ball, you get the best sailing conditions you'll ever get in your life, and that's what Porto has to offer.
This year, with a record fleet of 52 yachts taking part, the event was always going to be challenging. But it became even more so with the arrival of a ferocious Mistral, which battered the coastline with winds in excess of 40 knots, putting paid to the first day's racing. As the wind abated slightly on day 2, the crews gathered on the dock with a certain amount of trepidation.
A champagne day of sailing, assuming we can get off the dock. We didn't race yesterday because of too much breeze,
And today is going to be top end probably because of sea state, but you know, a really good sailable day.
It's going to be, yeah, I just hope we don't break anything, that's the key. And the key is to come back in one piece, ready for tomorrow. And the conditions are worse tomorrow, I believe, so it's going to be a tough week.
I think that the dentist will have some job to do this afternoon because there is big waves, so we need to stay like that, otherwise we will lose our teeth, you know.
But once out on the water, the conditions provided some spectacular racing action. 5 of the 7 classes set off on coastal courses, through some of the most spectacular scenery that the Costa Smerelda is so famous for. In the Super Maxis, the 2 new state-of-the-art performance cruising yachts, Win-Win and Gitana, were showing their class. And in the Wallis, open season was looking unstoppable, with back-to-back wins in the opening 2 races. The Maxi 72s compete for their own World Championship at this event, and their regatta started with 2 tough windward leeward races. As the thoroughbred racers of the fleet, the 6-strong class is fiercely competitive, and all eyes were on the battle between Robotissima 3, last year's runner-up, and the world champions Bellamente from the USA. And it was the Americans who drew first blood. But with Momo in the mix too, it was clear from the start that this was going to be an exciting title fight. For the principal race officer, Peter Craig, the threatening Mistral continued to be disruptive, and when wind speeds lifted once again, he was left with no option other than to cancel racing again on day 3. If the conditions in the first half of the regatta were wild, by comparison the second half was a much tamer affair. The disruptive Mistral abated to leave more manageable moderate breezes, providing some stellar sailing conditions off the beautiful Emerald coast as the event drew to a spectacular conclusion. Open season continued her superb form to win the Wally class under the masterful guidance of Jochen Schumann. The all-new Javier Jordanes designed Win-Win lived up to its name in the Super Maxi class. And the tussle between Leopard 3 and Rambler in the Maxi class finally went in favour of Mike Slade's British yacht, as Leopard edged the finely fought duel. Elsewhere, Maisong, Atalanta 2 and Molinho also enjoyed class success, leaving just the Maxi 72s to decide their World Championship regatta. Going into the final day, the class favourites Bellamente held a 4-point lead over second place Momo, with Robotissima 3 lying just half a point behind. With 2 races still remaining, once again the title race came down to the wire.
We know we can do it, you know, we've been in this position before and we've just got to go out and just have a very solid day, so fingers crossed.
More than watching the other, we need to go sailing properly, nicely. We want to come back with a nice smile because we did a fantastic job in the water, you know. And today we go for fighting again, for sure.
Well, let's see what the outcome will be. But we are fighting till the end and then we see what's happening.
As they lined up for the first race, Hatfaus Bellamente were looking cool, calm and collected. Despite an early lead by Jetu, Bellamente put on a masterclass of windward leeward fleet racing, snatching the lead on the final leg to cross the line first and retain their Rolex Maxi 72 World Championship title with 1 race still in hand.
It's a great day today. It's a really good week for us. We just sailed within ourselves, didn't ever try to do too much or stuff that was out of our bounds of capability. So we're delighted. You know, kept it nice and even all week.
After a fantastic and at times challenging week of racing, the class winner's success was rewarded at the prize-giving ceremony. A fitting end to another memorable Maxi Yacht Rolex Cup.
The Vendee Globe is the hardest sporting event in the world and the Everest of sailing. This week our reports on SMA and Gitana's Edmund de Rothschild.
L'été se termine, c'est la rentrée des classes et la dernière ligne droite après des mois d'attention portée par le Gitana Team sur le Mono 60 Edmond de Rothschild. Retour sur une année de préparation où Sébastien Josse a parfois délaissé son costume de skipper au profit de l'élève studieux. Nous sommes en février 2016 à Port-la-Forêt, au pôle d'excellence des skippers de la course au large. Les bateaux sont en chantier pour la plupart, les skippers, eux, sur les bancs de l'école.
Ça, cette route-là, elle est plus rapprochante que celle-là.
Le Vendee Globe est une course en solitaire sans aide extérieure, sauf durant la préparation. Depuis des années, Jean-Yves Bernot s'use les yeux à apprendre à lire le ciel et à transmettre ses connaissances.
Le Vendee Globe, il a la particularité de ne pas être routé du tout. Donc il va falloir qu'il se débrouille tout seul. Se débrouiller tout seul, ça veut dire qu'il faut qu'il connaisse une immense majorité des situations météo et stratégiques sur le tour du monde entier. Il y a des systèmes météo qu'il faut connaître et il faut surtout connaître les réponses stratégiques à ces systèmes météo. Ce qu'ils vont faire, c'est prendre des décisions qui sont sensées, ça veut dire trouver une route gagnante, éviter les cul-de-sac quand il y en a, savoir évaluer la fiabilité de la prévision et des choses comme ça. 2-3 fois par semaine, ils vont s'entraîner à faire de la météo et de la stratégie comme ils vont s'entraîner à faire de la salle de muscu et choses comme ça. C'est aussi important.
Tous les allées, c'est battement de jambes et les retours, c'est ondulation, dos, brasse. Là, au niveau des entraînements, ils viennent une fois par semaine. L'entraînement dure entre 1 heure et 1 heure et demie.
Une année passée à multiplier les formations pour pouvoir zapper les éventuels problèmes rencontrés pendant le tour du monde.
La formation qu'on fait avec Seb, c'est un petit stage composite. C'est d'apprendre à réparer un boot.
Déjà au sec.
De toute façon sur place.
1 an pour apprendre à devenir le couteau suisse de son 60 pieds, le rêve d'une vie, d'un team, n'est pas à prendre à la légère. Un tour du monde en solitaire nécessite de connaître son bateau sur le bout des doigts pour pouvoir faire face
à l'imprévu. Les avaries de mer, on en aura toujours. Et il faut savoir répondre à ces avaries-là. Moi, je commence à voir la performance du bateau au bout des doigts. Je reviens vers les gars pour qu'ils me transmettent un petit peu justement de cet état de l'art. C'est une course en solitaire qui se prépare en équipe.
Et pour l'équipe, justement, le mois de septembre sonne le retour à l'eau. Après le chantier estival, place aux premières navigations et surtout aux dernières confrontations avant le lever de rideau du 6 novembre prochain.
Ça sert un peu à se jauger avec les adversaires, donc savoir où on en est aussi un peu en performance, mais surtout se mettre dans le rythme en fait. Dans le rythme d'une course, dans le rythme et les changements de voile, refaire ses gammes dans les manœuvres et puis prendre ses repères et gagner en confiance pour le départ.
Edmond de Rothschild de Tornado, tu me reçois?
Là, tous les bateaux sont dans la même configuration, sous J0 GV haute.
Olivier Douillard vit là son 3e Vendée Globe aux côtés de Sébastien Josse et il connaît parfaitement cette situation.
La guerre psychologique a commencé entre eux, quoi, alors ça change. Si ça mollit un peu, faut creuser en bas un peu. Ouais, ça fait toujours de plaisir de prendre un départ comme ça et ça donne la patate de voir les autres derrière.
Un scénario que toute la famille Gitana ne bouderait certainement pas dans quelques semaines au départ des Sables d'Olonne.
Well, today is very much one of those sort of rare opportunities. We're in Toulon getting ready for the Americas Cup World Series Toulon event, and the opportunity came up to come along to the car and boat show with Franck. This has been probably one of the better ways to actually get over some jet lag too, to sort of force yourself to be busy all day. Yesterday was a bit of a battle coming from Japan.
Yeah, so we're just about to come into Cannes now. No better way to get there by chopper on the coast there between Toulon and Cannes. So yeah, very spectacular and a beautiful day to be alive.
Oh, it's pretty amazing. It's the boat show is way bigger than I was expecting. Really looking forward to getting out on the water tomorrow. So you guys have done a great job getting the boat ready, as always, and then she'll practice racing Friday and then into the Royal McCoy on the weekend.
Le Yachting Festival est un salon qui a une connotation bateau à moteur, on en voit beaucoup là derrière moi, mais c'est aussi l'un des plus grands, ou peut-être le plus grand salon de voiliers du monde, avec plus de 100 bateaux, des voiliers qui vont de 10 mètres à 38 mètres cette année. C'est vraiment un grand rendez-vous pour la grande plaisance à la voile. Quand on pense voilier, on pense bien évidemment monocoque parce que ce sont le plus grand nombre. Mais depuis maintenant une bonne dizaine d'années, les multicoques se sont beaucoup développés et le rendez-vous canois est le plus grand rendez-vous mondial de multicoques, qu'il soit à voile ou à moteur, avec des bateaux qui vont jusqu'à 25 mètres.
We really are very happy to have had the opportunity to be here with the right kind of boat. the.Louis, the 38-meter, is definitely something that's very much at the top end of the range of what we have here in Cannes, but we are very happy to be here with this boat, especially since we've had a chance to incorporate some of our very latest technology.
We represent Wave 58, which is the catamaran. We found the gap between performance and luxury, and this is our world premiere.
We decided to launch 56. Many customers are going up in terms of size and requirements, in terms of living much better on the boats that will completely and full response to these requirements.
Super Sunday, when points are worth double, got underway in Toulon with British team Land Rover BAR picking up a penalty in the pre-start for hitting Emirates team New Zealand. Like yesterday, Artemis Racing of Sweden started well and led at the first gate. Some poor judgment aboard the Kiwi boat saw them cross the race boundary. The penalties sent them tumbling to the back of the fleet. By the second gate, Sir Ben Ainsley had guided his team back from last to third. SoftBank Team Japan were disappointed by their performance on Saturday, but today they turned it around. Aussie helm Nathan Outridge was in dominant form and took the race by 38 seconds ahead of the Japanese. Artemis's third victory of the regatta.
Yeah, it's nice. Everyone loves a gold medal, and we sailed very well this weekend, so we're very happy to walk away with the win.
A reversal of fortunes in the day's second race. Both Artemis and Team Japan picked up penalties, and BAR sped ahead to build a good advantage. By gate 3, that lead had become 31 seconds. Doing the chasing was home favourite Franck Cammas, who was chasing France's third podium finish in Toulon. By the time the Britons approached the line, the wind had dropped and their lead was so big they'd passed the rest of the fleet still trying to complete the fourth leg. The French fans celebrated a second-place finish for Cammas, 1 minute 51 behind BAR.
Yeah, it was a very good weekend for the French people and for the fans of sailing world. I think it's important to have a big French team in this competition.
The final race began just like the first, with the British and Kiwis taking each other on, and again the penalty was given to Ainsley. It would prove a bad mistake for BAR. Staying well out of trouble was Groupama Team France, who flew off the line and into the lead. But Dean Barker and his Team Japan took advantage of the light unsettled breeze to take the lead coming into the final gate. They held that advantage to win the race and take second place in the regatta, a real turnaround having started the day last.
3 really good races was very satisfying. So yeah, it's nice for the team to be able to bounce back after a day which isn't so good.
Fourth place for Land Rover BAR was enough to increase their advantage at the top of the overall standings. But the Bay of Toulon belongs to Nathan Outridge and Artemis Racing, whose 5 podium finishes over the weekend sealed the regatta title.
For the first time ever, the J80 North American Championship was held in Canada. Hosted by the National Yacht Club at the beginning of August 2016, 16 boats made the trip, 6 from the US, 10 from the TO and the ROC. That's the rest of Canada for everyone out there. To officially change the name of the class from the American J80 class to the North American J80 class. Racing took place over 3 days of every sort of breeze you could imagine. North Sails put on a clinic on Rig Tune before the event, and onshore gatherings made all feel welcome.
Really happy that you Americans came all the way to play with us out here on Lake Ontario in the J80 North Americans. One of the traditions we have with Fleet 20 is one evening in the regatta we pull together everyone and we do a rum pour. A rum pour is pull up, saddle up, and get an ounce or two of Mount Gay rum and cheers the fleet.
Cheers. Halfway through the event, it was a 2-boat regatta between Team Courageous, skippered by Gary Panariello, and crewed by Jeff Jordan, Mike Coe, and myself, trading the lead with John White's boat like Indian gibbers.
Thank you. Thank you.
Brand new to the boat, locals and world champions in other small keelboats, Richard Reed's boat named 00 found the upswing on their J80 learning curve, and after a drop was factored in, moved into second place overall for the event. Team Courageous third, and John White receiving top honors for their impressive performance.
Hi, I'm John White. This is Shane Zwingelberg, Jonathan Bartlett, and Debbie Goslin, and we're at National Yacht Club, who just ran a great J80 North Americans, and we've had a great time. They did an awful nice job here. It's a group effort, so Shane was fantastic as he always is. Jonathan got us going with fresh North Sails, and Debbie's been sailing, keeping us straight for forever. So we look forward to the next one.
Thank you again, National Yacht Club. Canada has a warm place in our hearts forever. And welcome to the J80 class Fleet 20. For T2P TV, this is Asley Love.
Yeah, Ray Davies, 44, sailor, tactician, Emirates Team New Zealand. And my role on the AC45 foiling boat is sort of a bow tactician type role, painting a picture for what we see up the course and helping pull sails up and down.
Ray's is just really good at all these boats. You know, it's a very changing environment, and just, you know, prioritising and making sure he does the right thing at the right time. Yeah, he's, you know, pretty good off the water.
Now the key with these boats is teamwork, having a clear plan and executing it well.